Greetings of the day. I am Asha K, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology.
Today's class, just recap of what we have discussed in the previous classes, that was data addressing mode of TMS 320 C54XX processor. So in this TMS 32054XX processor, we have different types of addressing mode. The first addressing mode we have here is immediate addressing mode. Okay, and afterwards we have the next type of addressing mode, which is absolute addressing mode, accumulated addressing mode, direct addressing mode, indirect addressing mode, and memory mapped addressing mode, stack addressing mode. In case of indirect addressing mode, we have different variations in the indirect addressing mode, such as post addressing, post like increment, post decrement. So all those kinds of addressing modes we have. In today's class, few like identify the addressing modes, like that they may ask you, and they may tell you people to like identify the different types of addressing modes that we are having. Okay, so that is what the different types of addressing mode. Then first we started with immediate addressing mode. So in immediate addressing mode, we had the immediate numbers, long or short, bits will be present in the instruction itself. And afterwards, so we had the examples of immediate addressing mode. One such simple example we have learned. Okay, and then LD load immediate value 20 to data pointer, data memory page pointer register we have learned. Then repeat this much number of times if we give the instruction. It loads the repeat counter with this immediate number FFFFH. And we also learned the absolute addressing mode. In absolute addressing mode, we have DMAD addressing, PMAD addressing, PA addressing, and star LK addressing. DMAD means data memory location, PMAD program memory location, port addressing, star LK is the immediate number that is given. So with that we can address. So these are the four different types of addressing modes. And we have different types of examples of this. MVKP, MVPD, port R, LD are the instructions that we use. And absolute addressing we started, read and write from program memory to data memory and data memory to program memory. So we had variations of this. We discussed these two things in the previous classes. And direct addressing mode, it involves data pointer and stack pointer register along with the compiler mode bit. So depending upon the compiler mode bit, whether data pointer is involved in the calculation of the address or stack pointer is involved in the calculation of the address will be taken care. So this is one simple example of direct addressing mode we have learned. And next we started with the block diagram of direct addressing mode. So this is the symbolic or representation of how addressing mode, effective address is calculated. Here effective address, if the CPL bit is equal to 0, if the compiler mode bit is equal to 0, then data pointer concatenation with offset of instruction register takes place. How many offset bits? We are going to consider only 7 offset bits of the instruction register we are going to consider. We concatenate it and then we will get the effective address. If CPL bit is equal to 1, addition takes place with a stack pointer of 16-bit and offset instruction register of 7-bit. Addition takes place and effective address will be calculated. So then in the next classes we started with this particular topic we have in this particular module. And indirect addressing. In indirect addressing, we have a data space is accessed by address present in an auxiliary register. We have here 8 different auxiliary registers: AR0, AR1, AR2, AR3, AR4, 5, 6, 7. Each one is of 16-bit register. Then 2 auxiliary register arithmetic unit, ARAU0 and ARAU1 we have used to access memory location in the fixed step size. AR0, it is always used in indexed addressing mode, that is indirect index addressing, and also in case of bit reversed addressing mode. This is the indirect addressing mode variation, like block diagram representation. So this is the block diagram representation. If you see here, we have an auxiliary register arithmetic point, that is auxiliary register pointer. AR0, it acts as an index register, and remaining 7 AR0, AR1 to AR7, we have a 16-bit register. Then we have a circular buffer size register, which is used in circular addressing mode. It's a variation of indirect addressing mode. We have data bus, one is DB and another one is EB. And then we have two arithmetic units, that is auxiliary register arithmetic unit 0 and auxiliary register arithmetic unit 1. Then later, the data, whatever after computation, it will be transferred, whether it will be read or it will be written with the help of the data address bus or program address bus. Sorry, data address bus. One is for read operation and other one is for the write operation. A variation of this, modified version of this, we have also learned with respect to dual data memory, that is addressing. That is another type of indirect type addressing method that we have learned. Variations of indirect addressing, it is like star ARX if we have. So this is no change with the ARX register content. Whatever the previous ARX register content was there before execution, after execution also, that remains the same. Whereas decrementing will take place here, and whereas here addition will take place. See, after loading, decrement will take place. After loading, increment will take place. Then here it is called as like it is post decrement, post increment. Here it is pre-increment, pre-decrement. Before loading only, so you have to perform the increment operation in this case, you have to perform the decrement operation in this case, then you have to copy that to the address location. So if 0 is there, I told you in the beginning, it acts as an index register. So star ARX plus 0 whenever it is there. So since ARX, see, address is equal to ARX, then ARX is equal to ARX plus AR0. Addition of AR0 will take place. Minus 0 if it is there, then subtraction of minus AR0 will take place. Then if you have B symbol, if you have a B symbol along with the 0, AR0 and bit reversed addressing will be involved. Then ARX content subtraction with AR0 content, then compute the bit reversed addressing of this. Here also ARX content plus AR0 content addition will take place, that is reverse carry add operation will we have to do. Then if percentage symbol is there in any of the instruction, it is a circular addressing mode. So ARX minus percentage symbol, then address is equal to ARX. Later ARX is equal to circular addressing mode of ARX minus 1. So ARX plus the percentage symbol, then a circular addressing of ARX plus 1. So a little variations we have, so we have to identify and we have to do it. Here, including B, if you have 0 also, then what happens? So here it is 0 percentage if it is there, plus 0 percentage if it is there. Circular addressing of ARX 0 minus AR0, circular addressing of ARX plus AR0. So whenever 0 is there, AR0 will appear. It acts as an index register. And if we have star LK content will be copied to ADDR, then star LK of star ARX of LK, then ARX plus LK it is copied here. So then plus star plus ARX LK if it is there. So this addition takes place, then it is copied here. So these are the, if any percentage symbol somewhere, if it is there, circular addressing you have to calculate it for that addition of the ARX plus LX. So if possible, one or two examples I will take further. So I have explained already this, each and every step, how it is happening, what is the example for this and all. Circular addressing mode we discussed in the previous class. And circular addressing, what is important? Element 0, last element plus 1. And this is the effective base address H, and lower significant bits will be 0. Then at last the LSB, least significant bits of the VK register will be taken depending upon how many bit content we have. And then here circular addressing algorithm explanation with the block diagram. So in case of here, the ARX register content, whatever higher words are there, that will be copied directly. And if you see here, the same thing will be copied directly to this. Three places we are copying same thing. And then here, index calculation, whatever ARX is there, so that will be higher word will be made as 0 and lower word will be your lower significant bits of the ARX register. Then we'll perform the circular addressing mode, then we will get the L dash. How circular addressing is calculated? Based upon the circular buffer size and end of the buffer and the effective base address of the buffer. So here, the first lower address is calculated by retaining the higher order word of the ARX register as it is and replacing 0 to the least significant bit. The effective end of the base address will be calculated based upon the lower significant bits of the BL register. And this is starting address, this is the ending address. That is explained here. This is the starting address and this is the ending address. So this is, see, starting address starts with HHHH and here it is least significant bit is all zeros. When it comes to here, we'll be having H and least significant bit will be the circular buffer size, least lower order bits. So after calculation of this, based upon the algorithm, if index plus step is greater than equal to 0, less than equal to bk, no change with the new index. Index is equal to index plus step because the index plus step value is already within the range, no need of doing any modification, addition or subtraction. Else if index plus step is greater than equal to bk register, then what is going to happen? If it is greater, then we have to perform the subtraction. If it is less than 0 value, then we have to perform the addition. So this is what the circular addressing mode that we were discussing in the previous class. Is my voice audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. We'll continue. Bit reversed addressing mode we were discussing, used for a fast Fourier transform algorithm. So AR0 specifies one half of the size of the FFT. So addition takes place or subtraction takes place depending upon the instruction. But the method which is used is reverse carry add operation or reverse carry subtract operation. If it is addition will take place. If it is subtraction, like we have to subtract it, but the carry bit propagation or borrow bit propagation is from left to right. Then we have assuming the content, one simple example, analyzing the bit reversed addressing mode. Whenever plus 0b is there or minus 0b is there, it is a bit reversed addressing mode. So how we have calculated this 23FH and 220, we have learned in the previous class. Then we have a modified version of indirect addressing mode, that is dual operand addressing mode. So in this only AR2 to AR5 registers are used, auxiliary registers are used. The remaining AR1, AR6, AR7 are not involved in the calculation of the address. So it's a block diagram of indirect addressing operation with dual data memory operand. So ARP, auxiliary register pointer is necessary, so that will be there always. Circular buffer size is there. This calculation remains same ARAU0 and ARAU1. So it can be used for like increment, decrement, circular convolution, indexed addressing, indirect addressing, indexed indirect addressing, and also bit reversed indirect addressing. So the variations are there. So immediate value can also be added in case of indirect addressing with the help of a LK concept. And then simple format of indirect dual operand data memory addressing. So this is the opcode X mod, XAR, Y mod, YAR we have learned. So XMEM stands for 16-bit dual data memory operand. So whenever you have X memory AR selection field defines the AR that contains the address of the X memory. So what we have in X memory is a 16-bit dual data memory operand. So similarly, Y memory is also an 16-bit dual data memory operand used in the instructions. So we have also learned memory mapped registers. We have a dedicated field for memory mapped registers in the TMS32054XX processor. So that one we have discussed in the previous class with a symbolic representation, that is memory mapped registers from 000H to 0060, and the scratchpad memory RAM we have 60 to 7FH. All bits are zeros initially, so 7 bit LSB bits from the instruction registers will be taken. 7 plus 9 together it is 16. So 16-bit memory mapped register address can be easily calculated. So the memory mapped registers based upon this number, whether it is which register we are fetching, so that we can easily identify uh, in the instruction set. The next one, the last one of addressing mode topic we have is stack addressing, used to automatically store the program counter during the interrupts and subroutines. And it can also be used to store additional items of context or pass the data values to the subroutines. There also we use this indirect addressing mode and uses 16-bit memory mapped registers. As we all know from the previous prerequisite subjects also, the courses also, we know that push and pop are the instructions that are used along with the stack addressing.